This is 80/20 Programming, your place to master the art of programming by solving problems and building projects. Hello, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, and if you want to learn the basics of JavaScript and Python, you are in the right place. I teach coding using a problems-based approach. That means we'll work through popular programming problems, and as we do, we will learn the basics of JavaScript and Python and programming. Today's problem will be really fun. We're solving 8Q in Code Wars called Is It a Palindrome? If you don't know what a palindrome is, it's a word, a number, or a phrase, or other sequence of characters that reads the same backwards as it does forwards. Good examples of palindromes are words like race car and madam. They're spelled the same backwards and forwards. So as you can see, we're in the Code Wars platform, and this is the problem we've selected. Is it a palindrome? Okay, we're under JavaScript as our language. We'll hit the train button, and it opens up the platform. First, we read the instructions, and it's write a function that checks if a given string, case insensitive, is a palindrome. Okay, so we look over here where we're going to be doing our work, and we see the classic function definition declaration. Okay, function is palindrome x, accepts a parameter x. And we know that's going to be a string. We also know that's going to be case insensitive. That means you could have uppercase, lowercase, whatever in there. So what I like to do is I like to use something called the prep, methodology. And basically, we look at the parameters, what we're accepting into the function, and then what we're going to return out of the function. We look at some of the examples. Okay, so down here in the testing site, we can look at some examples that it'll be testing. Okay, and then we walk through some pseudocode. Pseudocode is, us breaking down the problem into our common language, English for me, and then breaking it down into small parts, okay, and what we want to accomplish in each step of the function. Okay, so for this problem in JavaScript, we know we want to make all the letters lowercase. Okay, we also want to split the string into an array. Okay, then we want to reverse the order of the letters. Then we want to join the array into a string. And finally, we want to test if the new string palindrome. Okay, so this is kind of our pseudocode. Okay, we'll return our answer. Okay, so first, as we know, a string is a basic type in JavaScript, and to turn a string into lowercase, we would want to say, we would define a variable, and it would be input stir equals x dot to lowercase. Okay, that turns it into lowercase letters. Okay, then we have a string and we want to split it into an array. An array is it's like a holder for elements. Okay, and it expands based on the number of elements, 0 indexed. So for example, we want to turn the string into an array. We would split it. Let arr equal input stir dot split. Okay, Notice inside the parentheses, there's quotation marks, and they're kind of clear, one space apart. That means it'll break the string down into separate letters. Okay, now we come down to the reverse the order of the letters. So to reverse the order of letters, we will do let reverse array equal arr dot reverse. Okay. JavaScript has a lot of methods built into the language that can help you solve problems quicker. One of them is reverse and split, lowercase. There's quite a few. Okay, we reversed the string, and now we want to join the string, the array, into a string. Okay, so we would use the join method, and so that's going to be let new str equal rev r dot join. Now this is the same thing. Join, you see I have two quotes in there, quotation marks, and it's got one space between it. That means it will join it together into a word, take the letters and put it into a word. Okay, now we've done this, and we should have an array or a word, a new string, and it should be reversed. Okay, now to test it, we're going to do something called an if-else statement, a conditional statement. And the if-else, can return something known as a Boolean value. And Booleans are, it's another data type in JavaScript. Okay, and what this is, it'll return true or false, yes or no, off and on. You have one of two options. Okay, so that starts with an if. In JavaScript, you got to put your if condition, your else condition inside a parenthesis. So we want to say if input stir equals new stir, return true. Okay, and then we want to say else return false. Okay, so if we've done this right, we should remove all the uppercase letters, split the string into an array, reverse the order of the letters, join the array into a new string, and then compare the input string to the new string. So we'll come down to test, and it passes. If we attempt it, let's see if we get credit for it. Okay, we've passed all the conditions and passed and earned points, and we passed the test. Now, I want to take it up a notch and show you a little bit more advanced way to answer this. To get you thinking about how to solve these problems, because there's a lot of ways to solve it. So I will comment this out. As you know, these two slashes will comment out the line. There's ways to write multiple lines as well. We'll show that in another video. Okay, so if I wanted to do this a more advanced way, I would start with the return, and I would say x dot split. Okay, I'm splitting it. Dot reverse the array. Dot join. We'll join them. Okay, and then once we get to join, we will go dot to lower case. Okay, and then we throw our equal sign in here. Equals x dot to lower case question mark true or false. Okay, now this uses some of the same methods we used in the earlier example, except for I have added something called a ternary condition into it. And this is just an easier, more efficient way of writing the if-else statement. So you have your condition here, your whole condition, which is if x dot split or dot reverse dot join dot to lowercase equals x dot to lowercase, okay, it'll be either yet a true or a false. Okay, so let's test it, and it passes again. You see, there's a lot of ways to solve these problems. So let's go ahead and attempt to get our credit for it, and go into to review the problem. Okay, and you look, the way that I solved it is kind of the most popular way. It's very straightforward and one line. People try to get this code broken down into one line, but as long as you understand what you're doing and you make it work, I think at first that's the best way. Just make the solution work, and then start refactoring it and slimming it down and making it more, I guess, take up less space. Okay, so we've solved it in JavaScript. We're satisfied with the kata. Okay, and now, we're going to go into the Python method of solving it. Now, you guys notice in Python, we're going to solve it kind of the same way. Okay, we look at it, it's the same thing. We have the function set up here with, def. The keyword def is palindrome, s in parentheses, colon, s is the parameter. Okay, it's the same kind of deal. We know that we want to take the string and make it lowercase, all the letters. We want to turn the string into a list, because lists are like arrays in Python. Lists are like JavaScript arrays. Okay, and then we want to reverse them, reverse the order of the letters, turn the letters back into the array of reversed letters back into a string, and then we want to test if it's a palindrome or not. Okay, so as a beginner-friendly method of solving this, what I would do is I would first s equals s dot lower. Okay, that turns it into a lowercase in Python, turns the whole string in lowercase. Okay, then we will use the list function. Okay, this is a built-in function, so we'll turn the string into a list by doing it like this, s. Okay, that turns into a list of letters. Okay, then we will reverse them, and so we will do reverse is another function built in Python. Okay, and then we will join them, and so new str equals join. Okay, put array in there. Now we come into the part where we're testing it to see if it is a palindrome or not. So we'll do an if statement. If new str equals s, new str equals s, return true, else return false. All right, so we have it written out. We turn s lowercase, turn it into an array using the list method, a list function. We reverse the letters, turn it back into a string, and then we test it to see if it works, if it's a palindrome, by comparing the new string to the original, to the s variable up here. Okay, we will test it, and it passes. Okay, let's give it another attempt. All right, and it passes. So this would be a basic kind of way of a beginner-friendly way of solving the problem. Okay, and to solve it in a more Pythonic way, I guess, we would do this. Let me comment this out. Okay, so you can see it. Comment it out. You notice that in Python, comments are these hash marks, hashtags that comments out a line. Okay, so we want to come in 4 spaces. Okay, because Python, instead of using the brackets, the curly braces, Python uses indentation, 4 spaces, a tab or 4 spaces. Okay, so we would do the return statement, and then s dot lower equals s minus 1 dot lower. Now this is a more Pythonic way of answering it. You want to make it as simple as possible and readable too, and so this is how it's probably most popularly done on this test. Anyway, let's come down here to test, and so it passes. So what this is a return statement. It compares s, lowercase s, to s, and this is some slicing, okay? And so this is the start spot, the stop, and then the step. So this tells you that it wants to go negatively. So starting at the rightmost side, left until it gets to the end, is basically reverse it and dot lower. Okay, but this is another way of solving it. As you work through these problems, you'll learn ways to manipulate this data to get what you want it to do, so you can pass the sample tests. Okay, so we'll attempt it to make sure it passes all the tests, and it did. Okay, but anyway, as you do this stuff, spend some time, reviewing the code, review your code. Come in here, and when you open it up and you've successfully completed it, or even if you didn't complete it, you just worked at it really hard for 20 minutes and you say, I can't do this. Come in here and review what other people have done. Spend some time, 15, 20 minutes reading other pieces of code and really take the time to understand it. Understand what it's doing and what the successful submissions are doing, and you'll start picking up little pieces and you'll be able to do these problems better. Anyway, as you work these problems and if you run into issues, leave a question or a comment and we'll work through it. I'll answer it and we'll work through it, and we'll learn together. But anyway, that is the end of this video, and thanks for watching. Hey, thanks for watching. Please, if you found this video helpful, like the video, hit that subscribe button, and share this video on social media. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let's master the art of programming together.